Right, so honestly, Wraith King, we are all super excited about this. We have been talking a lot. Every time we see Doom, we'll be like,
Wraith
this
King,
is a
right.
Wraith King game. So finally we are seeing it, but Wraith King has gotten a nerf too. I would say that it's a nerf because now you are taking the Ice Brock took away his extra damage.
Yeah, it's the old
vampire and gives him the AoE aura lifesteal. I don't know how strong that would be, but I do feel like the extra bonus damage he used to have was really good.
Yeah.
So I would say that's a nerf on Wraith King, and Wraith King versus PA. I do feel like PA shine brighter than the King.
Faster than the King as well. King is old. It's a bunch of. It's a power bonus. Come on, it's old.
Not very nice actually to call somebody old husky. All right, so I think the casters are now ready to take over. OD, Pixel, and Fog, take it away.
Friends, let us skirmish. Friends, let us skirmish.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to this one. T1 versus New Esports. We're getting some PA Magnus in the mix up against the old Wraith King coming through with that last final pick for New Esports. What do you reckon, Fog? PA Magnus used to be something that was always gone to. Nowadays, not really touched upon that much. Is it still sort of a free win in your mind?
It looks pretty good this game for very low armor heroes on the side of New Esports. And, I mean, PA got buffed, Magnus got buffed, so definitely going to be a possibility as these heroes...
Okay.
I mean, it's not like they weren't picked before, they were just less picked, in particular the Magnus, and now both these heroes got buffed and they're fantastic, so...
Alright, well, let's see if it works out for the side of T1, the PA Magnus, or if the Wraith King's going to be strong enough to get it done for New Esports. As we get ourselves into the game one, ladies and gentlemen, of T1 versus New Esports. Yeah, so let's have a look. So yeah, Magnus, of course, it is going to be a mid Magnus. In Your Dream's going to be the one playing it for T1. And we'll see what sort of a matchup he does get there. At the moment, it looks like it will be DDZ playing that mid Prophet by the looks of it from New Esports in that matchup. So, I mean, if anything, In Your Dream's going to do quite well there, right? With the Empower, you've got ways to kill through the treants. It doesn't seem like a bad lane for the Mag at all, right?
Looks like a fantastic lane for the Mag.
Yeah.
You get absolute free farm plus some more even. That looks real nice for him. I'm sorry, I'm like glancing at a lot of chains logs, so I'm just like getting my brain kind of working. Yeah, there's just like so many different things because also now it's like they picked Wraith King in this game. And didn't Wraith King just get nerfed? Sure, he has a base damage.
What kind of nerfs?
But Vampiric Aura just got, you don't get bonus damage anymore.
Yeah, but I guess the overall buff is now better for your teammates, right? Better for your melee teammates. So,
but
it's better
it
for the
makes them
Abaddon.
heal more, but it doesn't give them like you used to get attack damage.
Sure,
as the
but
Wraith
a
King from
20% lifesteal to a 32% lifesteal is quite an increase,
Yeah.
right? That is a pretty considerable increase.
And it works on ranged heroes again, like it used to.
Yeah, you just get half the effect.
Half
so
effect,
no, that'd
please,
be nice for the Prophet. I mean, well, you're getting 16% lifesteal on a Prophet. That's not bad. So if you're doing it for the lifesteal, right? As you say, damage-wise, it's obviously worse. It's worse for him himself.
Skeletons are a little bit stronger. They do a little bit more damage, and you have 3 more base damage, I guess, in lane. So last hitting in lane should be a little bit nicer. Okay, I mean, all right.
The battle begins.
Pretty interesting stuff. You see Tiny got reworked again as well. No longer having the infinite grab on the tree grab, so we're not probably going to see that moved away from mid. I know the SEA teams loved having it in mid because of that. That's probably going to get altered. All right. Egg also, right? That's the other thing. Phoenix, Egg has 6 hits now. That's pretty huge, actually.
Oh, that's very nice. What was it before the patch? It was
5.
Okay, so extra hit, additional hit on the first. I mean, that makes all the difference because before, I mean, level 1 Phoenix Egg used to be. I mean, it was pretty awful, right? It would always.
One hero could kill it.
Now
almost one hero could kill it every time. Now it's like 6 hits is a lot. I think at one point I believe it was 4 hits even, and then they made it 5, and now it's 6. So yeah, quite a bit stronger. They nerfed him as Fire Spirits early on, but yeah, definitely going to be interested to see what these changes have done to the game. That's Doom also, another one. 4F playing the Doom. Less regen, but more gold.
Oh, that's how. I mean, I think you're happy with that, right?
I'd imagine so.
Yeah, who cares about a little bit of regen when you can have money? You know, greed over everything. I'm sure 4F's one of the reasons why he's probably more than happy to rush to play the Doom this game. See what sort of net worth he's able to be hitting down on this bottom lane. He's going to be harassed by Mozen. It's just a pretty beefy lane there between the Ogre and the Wraith King. So we'll see what Yokam and Frev can do against it.
See, grand scheme of things, I'm looking at T1, and they do have a quad melee draft versus a Phoenix. So I'm looking at Yamate, and he could do some explosive stuff this game. That egg could be extremely threatening. Like, Wyvern is really good at hitting the egg, sure, but the rest of them are pretty bad. PA can be good.
Yeah, for sure. If he's able to get in with the Phantom Strike, as long as there's some other enemy unit next to Yamate, so he can jump in.
Yeah, I'd definitely be watching out for this Phoenix, though, to have probably a game-changing moments at a lot of times. Because also, like, his Sunray is really good this game versus Cold Embrace and versus these high tanky strength heroes. This Doom, this Tiny, this Magnus. He's definitely going to be the X factor to be looking at a lot of the times in the fights. And right now, with the way that they've set their lanes up, it's actually working out very nicely. Bottom, Lance plus Mozen, these two beefy guys versus a Tiny and a Doom. These two heroes have like 0 armor, Tiny and Doom, so bottom is going to go well. Top is kind of a trade. I feel like that's the one that's the most even. And then mid, I'd actually imagine that In Your Dream wins this one, but at the moment it's like pretty even. DDZ's doing a good job.
It's just important that the DDZ doesn't end up feeding away his treants. And as long as he keeps them back and safe, he's still going to have a pretty solid time at getting some good denies in. Prophet just being one of those incredible hard hitters early on, especially with the Blightstone. DDZ should have a solid job of contesting. You know, DDZ probably he's one of his best heroes, so very likely to not just be feeding treants away to the Magnus in mid.
Top lane Candy is actually just given Meracle the right click in this lane, actually pushing him away constantly from the creep wave. It's too much damage for this PA and this Wyvern to actually push away, so I take back what I said about top being kind of even. I think Candy's actually just going to start taking over this one with all stick charges. He has a lot to work with versus this this PA because of those stick charges.
Yeah, as you said, the daggers are going to have to be thrown out with Meracle having to sit right back away from this abandoned sort of CS from a distance. It's going to happen now. Creep wave coming in under the tower.
Abba got what? Small changes, just base HP regen and miscoil, I think. Yeah, that's it. Still a strong laner, has always been.
And as you mentioned, definitely going to be strong in these fights down the line against the melee heroes as well. Very easy for Candy to sort of pick and choose his target, get the 4 stacks up, and proc that Curse of Avernus on whoever he wishes to do so.
Yep, and he's also really good in particular for like the combo breaker we always call Abba. He's playing versus Magnus. You walk into that RP, you tank the RP, you borrow time, you shield off the carry or whoever that does get focused fight. So definitely gonna watch for that. So I'm liking the ways that New at least has responses to what they're playing against. Like Phoenix and Abba are big game changers. Top rune.
See.
In Your Dream has skewer. He's gonna come in.
Yeah, In Your Dream. He's gonna get the slow connection onto Yamate, to DDZ. Ultimate place for the Sprout. In Your Dream doesn't want to try and dive on for that. Underneath the tower, it's not worth the risk. So he'll back off. But yeah, as you know, talking about the abandonment and his strengths, I think this would definitely be a game where for T1, at least they have got ults to control him, right? This might be a game where in the fights it won't actually be that bad if like Polison throws down a Curse or Frev puts down a Doom onto the abandon just to stop Candy from messing up the other ultimates and putting a stop to the combos such as the RP.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're definitely gonna have to watch out for those two in particular around the team fights. It's mid, DDZ.
Mid lane. Yeah, Yokam was able to get in underneath the tower. That's enough to set up for the kill. Very nicely done there. Yokam coming in with the wraparound. And DDZ unable to run away from these two.
Oh, look how little gold those treants give. In Your Dream, he's farming all of them.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Now we're seeing the CS on the cores. Nobody getting too far behind. Frev the lowest at the moment. But still, he's going to be in a fine place. He's using Devour, obviously, off cooldown. So his gold's going to be good.
Yeah, he'll match up that even. So, I mean, laning phase, all things considered, comes pretty even.
Yeah.
1-to-1. Farm looked like it was a little bit better for Nu at the start, but then T1 was able to maximize. Forev getting pressured bottom. Very tanky, though. And quite a lot of damage with that level 3 Scorcher, pushing them away.
I'm going to try
go
going
again,
now, though. Yeah, Forev in a spot of bother hit. As the crit comes in, one more hit from Lance. Forev's got to be careful, as you say. You know, as Doom, he's not going to have a whole lot of armor. These punches
Oh, Jokem's here. Lance is trying to hit level 6. He's not quite going to hit 6 yet off that creep. He's just shy of it.
And they can maybe turn onto Yokam. Okay, Meracle's down as well. They've got to be careful. It's a big nature's wrap. Yokam goes down. DDZ was thinking about TPing across for this one. He won't do so anymore as Meracle's back under the tower and a TP over from In Your Dream comes over. But, yeah, getting Lance to kill. That will put Lance now in the realms of having that level 6. He's got the reincarnation. And we'll see if T1 want to keep their heroes down in Meracle. He's obviously got the Empower buff. He's going to head back and clean up these Ancients. Keep some space available for In Your Dream to stay in the lane down bottom whilst Forev. These creeps will manage to pick himself up the 6 in mid lane.
Yep. Like these moves a lot. 7 minutes, might as well move your carry out of the top lane to the jungle if you have an ability to buff him up like Empower. He can farm up those neutral items that you don't have, and then you can spread out your wealth for your supports that you need to love. You need to show them some love always. So Pelosin trying to take that love and get that farm and that experience up top, but DDZ zoning him away, looking to take out this tower so they can get a bit more map control.
Yeah. And they do need to play kind of fast, right? And you don't want to go late against a PS Magnus lineup, especially with these incredible team, like, late game ults that they do have on T1. As top lane, Forev, he's going to be able to find the Doom in onto DDZ. Candy, has he got enough to keep him alive? Throws out on a body shield. DDZ still on the run. He's going to be chased, though, by Forev with the Scorched Earth, and T1 will have the damage to take down the Prophet. Candy
got
to get Poison in return, and he's got it. Yokam has got anything to go on to Candy with. Candy is level 7, still holding on to the point, so can go for the ult if he wants to. And you say, with the Curse of Ernest proccing, Yokam's in trouble. He will manage to toss Candy away. And Candy now a little low on mana, so won't stick around for anything more, not enough to throw out another shield upon himself. They're getting aggressive, yeah, the Abaddon. Looking pretty scary, but they do get the kill thereafter. They are able to use that Doom very nicely forever now. As soon as he hits 6, he's making that move up top and is able to get the kill on DDZ.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, like, DDZ, he's 1, 2, and 2 this game. They put him in the mid lane, they prioritize him a lot. I'm seeing a lot of big bruisers that have a lot of ways to jump on top of a Nature's Prophet this game.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling like DDZ is going to have a really rough game of just, like, keeping himself alive in the fights, because he's very fragile, and they have so many ways to just, I mean, pretty much insta-kill him. So we'll see what approach he decides to do, if he wants to try to tank up somehow with just a tanky item build, or what's it gonna be?
I mean, because the question is this just a casual Gloves of Haste, or is Midas back on the menu? It has now been buffed 2 patches in a row.
Still terrible, IMO.
Still terrible? You think you're still not going to be seeing... I mean, we did see some games, like, the other day we had Cuckoo buy it at 31 minutes on the AA. Now it's been buffed, you know, so there will definitely be some scenarios where some players will be tempted to go for the item.
Yeah, definitely. Close and top, they're actually going to commit the egg. He's going to fly away, and...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Gonna get burned, but he looks okay. He's fine.
Yeah, they're trying to throw in the Nature's Wrath there from DDZ, but already out of vision, so Paulson's fine.
Candy, gonna work on that top tower. We'll be able to finish it off while Forev also pressures bottom. Not as much tower push on T1 as the side of New Esports this game, just Nature's Prophet in general. And Abba give you quite a bit more tower push. But they are finding the farm. Like we said, Meracle, triple Wraithband treads, going straight for Deso. He's just looking to cleave down those neutrals as fast as possible while his team runs around and makes space. The toss.
Toss back into the RP. In Your Dream's going to skewer him underneath the tower. DDZ just goes straight for the TP out. There's nothing else to hold him back. The Avalanche not quite in range and in time. DDZ gets out. He's got a reincarnation. We'll see if they can come in with backup forces on New Esports to help turn this one around. TP over from Candy. Candy's in the neighborhood, and they look for the Wraith Fire Blast on Meracle, but they won't push forward. Still there. Reincarnate down for the 190 seconds. So T1 don't really need to worry too much about the Wraith King getting aggressive, something that Lance kind of doesn't want to do so, obviously, with this build, going for the armlet, into the Echo Saber. New Esports, they want to fight, as we say. They do not want to sort of go down the farming route, at least with their carry. They've got to make sure he's active.
Absolutely. You're playing versus Doom, Magnus. These two heroes are kings of when they make it to the late game. So trying to pick up the pace. Lantern, nice curse.
Excellent curse. As Lance, he's caught in the center of it all, and he's gone. Meracle gets the crit, gets the kill. They can turn up for more hits. T1, they go over the margin. It's a double kill for Meracle. Policy just coming in for the trees, and New Esports, they didn't expect that one bit. They were not ready for that curse as three of them stood there trying to take down the tower.
Yeah, perfectly clumped up. Excellent by Polison. And you see T1, look at how much they address and focus on just defending that mid tower. They know that the idea and the concept of their game, farm. Farm, defend your main objectives, defend those early tier 1s and towers, and then just farm, and you will inevitably eventually win this game. Meracle actually goes for a very weird item build that I just saw him switch to. He's going Diffusal.
I mean, you're against a Wraith King, right? That's the plan.
And an Abba, right? The lifesteal or the mana burn is very nice, but you're all about that big hit on PA, so this might hurt him a bit, but we'll see if he can make it work.
middle tower is under attack.
I mean, we'll see how it does sort of play off. Down bottom, Forever. He's been caught in the trees here. Him and Polison trying to get aggressive. With the three of them going for him, and TP still on cooldown, so not even having the option to try for a TP out here. Forever will go down. Esports get the kill. DDZ still holding on to the money. Has queued up the Orchid though, so it looks like he will be going for the same build that we've seen him be doing before on the Prophet. Just getting that Orchid as quickly as he can for the team so he can come in with these clutch silences, catch heroes like Polison, even sort of Yokam and Forev when they try and go in for the initiations and put their combos to an end.
I can never argue for Midas anymore because it doesn't provide you almost anything. The rate of the game is the pace of the game is just too fast in the last few patches. And Orchid, like, if you buy a Midas, that's halfway for your Orchid almost. As a Nature's Prophet, I feel like that's so debilitating. Like, you're all about being able to put this aggression on the map. Yeah, it's literally just game losing, I feel. So this is definitely the right choice for him. He can prevent. Yeah, he can prevent so much. Like, if he finds Polison in the back lines, Polison just dies, right? Orchid plus Sprout, you kill the Wyvern, you change the entire team fight. So definitely like this choice way better.
And there we go. That is the Diffusal Blade complete on Meracle. So we'll see what sort of action he can find and see if it does set up for these situations where he can find Lance in the fight. Make sure he hasn't got the mana for Reincarnate. Lance, we saw good up the Echo Saber, obviously trying to get that silver edge. Ultimately, bottom lane. This is going to be used onto Candy. It does proc the borrowed time. Can they fight this though? DDZ's coming in with the backup. TP's over. Polison will protect himself with the Cold Embrace. T1, they're bringing in the numbers as well. Last step forward, the Wraith Fire does kill, but Miracle's over. Quick down onto Candy. Screw over. Oh, it's a beautiful RP from In Your Dream. He gets the three of them. They're lined up perfectly for Meracle to clean them up. DDZ has to TP out. Will manage to make it away. Lance back with a second life. Meracle jumps over the easy kill on Yamate. Takes out the Phoenix. Lance is trying to get the kill in return. Will get it as he burns Yamate's fire. But Lance, he can't armlet toggle his way out of this one. Forev finishes him off. Triple kill for him. T1 take the team fight.
Oof, In Your Dream.
Beautiful.
Just get to the god of the RP. Even though the egg is on the left side, they prioritize hitting those heroes. Yamate almost maybe was able to turn it in with flames, but not quite enough. Candy was just isolated too early, too far off early. The rest of the team had the TP to react, but T1 they reacted better and they get that good RP.
Yeah, really not useless curses from Polison. As we say, it's not bad to throw these ults down the abandon. If you could just get that borrowed time out of them before the rest of the team from New Esports turns up for a fight, suddenly Candy's just no longer an issue. If he has got that ult, Meracle will be on top of it and will crit him down pretty quickly.
Forev also did not have to use Doom during that fight too, so they will have that for the next time. And also, now he does have a Centaur creep, so he has that War Stomp. They have more follow-up for the Curse, for the RP, and he's this incredibly tanky beast. A full Crimson Guard is finished on Forev already. It's gonna be really tough to kill when you're rallied around these, Crimson Guard, as well as I believe the Greaves was finished up on the mag almost. Yeah, he has a mech, so lots of different sustain in these fights now for New Esports to handle.
Smoke's going to be dispelled. There's someone around. They know that Someone's here, they're going to find it. Meracle straight in with the combo. Onto Lance. Lance is gone, they can turn over for more. They move over towards Candy, being slowed down by the shockwave. Candy, he's got the borrowed time, but the 5 heroes here should be able to control him long enough to kill him afterwards, as there's no sort of help that can come in from New Esports to protect this Abaddon. Candy will fall. T1 starting to get very aggressive. Really, well, already Yokam, he's just got vision here onto Mozen. Mozen will try and stop this. Yokam, he has got the blink, looks for the toss back, doesn't quite get it. I believe no one else from T1 quite in range of the toss range there, so couldn't get the setup. But still, it's T1 now, 4K lead, this Tier 1 tower going down. This has got to be scary for New Esports, the lineup falling behind, that they themselves with this armlet into Shadow Blade build from the Raid King, they're trying to itemize to fight right now, and they're just unable to do so against the lineup that's going to be better against them later on as well.
Yeah, their only real big team fights is the ABBA and the Phoenix when they come together. But you look at T1, they have so much overwhelming team fight, and they're showing up to every single one of them with all of their heroes. So they're just, they're overwhelming, and they're outmaneuvering New Esports at the moment. They need more, I want to say they need some more time for Lance to be a little bit stronger, but giving time to T1 is not what you want to do.
Not at all. Not at all. Miracle's always going to stay at the top of the game with the Empower.
Yeah.
PA Magnus, standard stuff.
So it's pretty hard for New Esports to really make any aggressive moves here with their draft now. Pushing out lanes is a little tough for them, as they don't have any instant wave clears like we do see on the side of T1, who have, so many. Shockwave plus Splinter Blast, the PA almost one-shots them, Tiny too. New takes a lot more time to push their waves out, even when they have a Nature's Prophet. He's really the only one doing that split push. The rest of them all kind of just gathered around watching each other. Phoenix and Ogre are unable to push those lanes out as fast.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Map getting smaller, T1 free farming and looking to make the aggressive moves.
Meracle just charging in here onto Candy. See what he can get out of it. New have the team behind them. DDZ making the most with the split push pressure, working on that top lane. His farm continues to be very good, as you can expect from DDZ on his Prophet, always finding the space despite the chaos that T1's bringing against him. He's got 3k gold on top of the Orchid. What sort of items do you think DDC is thinking about going down? What could actually help sort of rectify this rough stuff? What's he got coming in?
He's going to go Solar Crest just to buff up Lance. He needs... I couldn't think of anything really just for him to protect himself, because like I said, there's so many ways to collapse on him, and there's so much straight up damage. It just looks like a pretty rough Nature's Prophet game going forward. So this at least will help him tank up a bit versus all that physical damage, but not going to help so much versus all the crazy magic nuke and everything that they have. Yamete bottom. Icarus dives forward. Forev gets the net on him.
Forev's able to find the setup. Play around with him. Doesn't really want to have to use the Doom here. If he can avoid it, he'll use it. Feels that it is necessary there to guarantee the kill. And doesn't mean the rest of his team doesn't have to come down there. He can finish it off on his own.
Mid lane.
Over towards mid. Miracle's got the follow through. He's managed to jump in onto Lance. Lance low on the man and tries to get away to get the RP. Drew catches them all. Lance is saved by an Aerotic Shield though, but the final dagger comes through from Meracle. Lance goes down. Meracle falling low. The toss from Yokam trying to get him back to safety, trying to hold Candy away from this PA, and Meracle will be able to step back, keep himself safe. Now he can look to turn back around. The dagger's in onto Candy. Skewer 4 from In Your Dream. Forev, he's finished off DDZ on the side. T1, they're going to be able to get the team wipe. Everybody's out on New Esports. This game looking very rough right now for the Radiant side. 16-9, 7k lead, and as I say, the fact that T1's lineup, it is a lineup that's only going to get stronger as the minutes pass.
Yeah, and Miracle's game is perfect. 6-1 and 6, and he has the godly core matchups. He has no matchup that he has to really be concerned about as a PA going forward in this game, especially with the way his items are progressing. Like Wraith King, the only way Wraith King really likes to play versus PA is if you're very far ahead and you have a full item advantage. That not being the case, T1 will halt for a moment outside that Roche, but they're very ready to still fight. They have their Crimson Guard, they have their Greaves. Their sustain is still full. Even though they've used all their ultimates, they're still incredibly powerful versus the side of New Esports, who only really have Yamete. They have to hope for some godly level 12 egg, but at top, DDZ might be getting baited.
He's definitely dead. That was a And Ambitious standing his ground. I mean, not much he could do, obviously, would have had the TP out cancelled by Yokam, so
Under attack.
just had to accept his fate there, DDZ.
Yeah, I thought he'd Orchid TP out, but I guess it was too close to the tower that the PO was coming anyway, and now no mid solo Nature's Prophet.
Oh, Candy gets tossed in pretty deep here. There's going to be a buyback from TDC. The curse being used onto Lance, allowing Meracle to go in and start turning the mana. Actually, Meracle, he wants to turn over to the side already. Leading the fight up. Pingo Dream skewering them away. TDC's TP out cancelled by the clumsy net. Him and Candy Loon go down. That is a dead DDZ for a full minute. A dieback on the Prophet. Mozen trying to run, but in your dreams, chasing him down with Forev. They've also got their hands on Lance. Lance will get out with the Shadow Blade. No detection, obviously, on the front lines. So Lance escapes, but again, just they cannot fight them. It really seems like they're just in a helpless position right now. They can't do anything about T1.
Yeah, I mean, they're unsuccessful in any team fights. DDZ buys back and just dies immediately, just like we've been seeing him do. And I kind of was feeling this nature. That's what's going to happen to this NP after the laning start. Sure, he didn't do poorly, but it's just the nature of what he's against. They made him a core hero versus Mag versus PA versus Doom. This is a very hard game to have Nature's Prophet core work, period. The other two cores, sure, could work, but you have no mid laner to really rally around now. Sure, you have this Wraithing Abba who had some pretty good farm, but Nature's Prophet's pretty much a support at the moment. So real rough for them to really play and make anything happen. Like, you compare the impact of what an NP, what a Nature's Prophet's doing compared to a Magnus in this game, and it's just leaps and bounds in between.
Radiant's top tower.
In your dream, providing everything for his team. Level 18, Blink Greaves.
There we are, top lane taking these tier 2s and new esports. They're going to have to wait for the high ground defense. When it comes to fighting outside of the base, they've just lost every single team fight over the last half of this match.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to find a silver lining for them. I see nothing though.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Because Lance is so weak. He doesn't have a good farming item. Like, they don't have all they have is Bloodlust for him. Their team fight doesn't get better. Their scaling doesn't really get better. Well, I see T1 just gets better in everything. And they're just restricting the map more and more. Jokam feels like he's more. I feel like Jokam can actually solo kill DDZ in most situations as this Tiny, which is a huge concern about the mid solo.
Yeah, I think New Esports has got to kind of hope for some very aggressive dives from Meracle. You know, maybe if Meracle's jumping under the tier 4s, they're, you know, the Silver Edge, which is nearly done on Lance. You know, Lance is able to get the Silver Edge break on him. Maybe then there's an opportunity for this game to sort of be turned on its head. Right now,
look at Florida is just so farmed as well in this front. BKB Crimson Guard Vlads, 39 HP regen. Miracle's just jumping forward.
Yep, easy kill onto Mozen. Back onto the tier 2. I mean, yeah, we're seeing, as I said, with that Doom chain with the money, I mean, that early on, just you're going to get your first item that much quicker. It really does make a difference. And Forev showing us how strong the hero is. As you say, just sitting up there, having parallel network really to the PA. You know, this is a Magnus PA.
Yeah, this is a disaster now at this point. New Esports can do nothing. Can't fight this, even though it's quad melee versus Phoenix. They haven't been able to find opportunities. Yamata gets the egg off, and they just walk away.
Step back. Team push onto the tier 3. Large trying his best to get some gold for his team down bottom. Will be able to kill the tower. And does. Oh, he's got the Silver Edge gold. Meracle. Oh, maybe this is the tier 4 dive I'm talking about. No, just kidding. He's able to jump away. He's more than fine, and of course, yeah, still having the Aegis. Not much Lance can do to lead in here either. They've got the sentries down.
Dire's bottom tower.
T1 can kind of do what they want here right now.
Yeah, this is just chilling now. Forev taunting them with the war stomps over and over again right outside the base. They don't really need to. They don't need to do anything like rushed. Yokam's actually going to go for the hunt. He sees DDZ. He's pinging him. And I mean, it's 1500 HP. This is burstable by Tiny. Saving the stun for the TP.
DDZ actually, it's going to be fine. Candy was able to get over in time, so two of them not able to do it. Tanky enough to survive through that. And he's out with the TP back towards the base.
Dire's bottom
I thought
tower
Meracle would
is
come,
under
but I guess
attack.
he was just pushing out the lane and they lost their tower, but either way, they're running all toward the mid lane anyway with the smoke. They're prepared for the push. Phoenix Egg still on cooldown 20
Dire's
seconds.
structures are fortified.
T1 should be able to steamroll through this one. Lance and Silver edging forward.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Full Satanic on Meracle.
Radiant's middle
Oh my
barracks
God.
are
On its way out in that courier.
Dire's
Lance
bottom tower is under
getting tossed in
attack.
pretty deep, skewered away as well from any protection. Caddy's trying to get it off up with a Photic shield. He's not going to be able to save him. He goes down the once. Miracle's going to be ready for the round 2. The curse on the back lines, holding back Mozen and DDZ and Yamate.
Another toss back.
Mozen goes down, Lance will fall. No buyback available, of course, on the Wraith King as he went full in on that Silver Age purchase to try and have a bit of an impact. Mozen on the dieback, driven back by the skew of In Your Dream. It's had a very easy game, 3-0-16 on the Magnus. He's had a lovely time. The PA Magnus strategist far too strong for new Esports to deal with here in this game. Get on the back, Bill, In Your Dream. He's got the raw P. It's over. This one.
Beat down.
This really was a rough one. I mean, new Esports, they went in on the fact that they tried to go for this armlet build-up on the Wraith King, which I think was the right way to go. It didn't pay off. By the time Lance had his armlet, that he was already behind in terms of net worth. And then what do? You don't have any sort of recovery methods with this lineup of new Esports at all.